Hi, it's Vernay from Vernay and Ryan's MJJ5 Fanatics channel right here on YouTube. Today is Thriller Night. So this is all about Thriller goodies. So of course, before we talk about Thriller goodies, we have to talk about the music, the album itself. So very briefly, we're going to just talk a little bit about the Thriller album and also clear up my confusion. So, every year for my birthday on November 30th, I always say, happy birthday to me in the Thriller album. Because for years on Google, if you looked up, when did Thriller come out? It always said November 30th, 1982. All of a sudden, one day I saw it said December 2nd, and then I saw December 1st. So I said, I know how to clear this up. I'll go to the visual documentary like I always do. There it was, December 1st. So sadly, me and Thriller do not share the same birthday that I've been celebrating for all these years. So anyway, I'm heartbroken. But let's talk about this awesome album. I'm gonna show you the albums briefly because when I did the vinyl video, we had already kind of been through all of these. But this is the amazing Thriller, which you guys are more than familiar with, okay? As you saw in the vinyl video, this is the Half Speed Mastered. I guess I might have to come up so you can see that. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Half Speed Mastered. Don't ask me what that means. This was just another one with the hype stickers still on it. And then this was the Thriller picture disc. I believe we have one over there on the ceiling. And then we have a couple singles. That's the Thriller single. And then the long version of Thriller. Now on this Thriller, it's the long version, it's a special edition, and then it's the Things I Do For You live on this version of Thriller. And then of course we have the more recent Thriller 25 version that, has will.i.am and Fergie and Kanye West. So we don't have to go into too many details about Thriller and how fabulous it was and all the records it broke and all the Grammys and all the accolades it got and how spectacular it is and how it changed Michael's life forever. We know all that. But what I will tell you is Thriller has my very favorite song, Human Nature. So sometimes it changes. Sometimes I float to other songs, but Human Nature owns my heart. And the story behind Human Nature with the group Toto and how that all happened, that's a beautiful story as well. But like I said, today is not necessarily about the album. It's about all the goodies that came out of this amazing album. So let's jump into some Thriller goodies. So I am going to sit a little off to the side because what we're going to be talking about is Thriller goodies, and I have a Thriller shelf that is behind where I usually sit for these videos. So I'm going to have to be pulling some things. One thing I want to start with is the making of Thriller. How awesome was the making of Thriller? So if you were a child, it was either two things. You either loved it or you were terrified of Thriller. I was one of the people who loved it, of course. So when they released the making of Thriller, oh my gosh, how awesome was that? So recently, like within the past year, Ryan was doing his usual flea market run, and he came across the making of Thriller on beta. Let me come closer so you can get a little view of that. See the beta on the side? I was like, seriously? That was one of the days that I probably decided I didn't feel like getting up to go. But anyway, so you can watch the making of Thriller and see Ola Ray and Michael rehearsing and all that good stuff. Now there's also a underground version that is a 2-pack. It comes with The Legend Continues and the making of Thriller. So we have that one as well. So I'm pretty sure that's unofficial. But you know me and Ryan don't care about that. We just love it. So, of course, there was the very popular Michael Jackson doll that came in a variety of outfits. I'm not going to show too many of the dolls because I'll save that for the doll video, but I said I'll at least show you the one that says Thriller because we are doing the Thriller video. And then of course, you know, they re-released it later, and see if you can see that with the glare. That's the re-release, but I'm not going to talk too much about those. Let's save that for the doll video, and we'll talk about the dolls in a little bit more detail, okay? Not too long ago, they came out with a book called Michael Jackson, The Making of Thriller. So I will show you this book. I don't think I showed this book in my book review. I should have brought an open copy over here instead of this one. Well, I do have an open copy. So this is the one that we were seeing everywhere. Eventually it got to 5 and below, not sure why, but I love the hologram on the front. And then I found out from one of my online buddies on Facebook that there was a black version, same book, just the base of the book is black instead of gray. And so of course I had to get that as well. So if you've never seen this book, I will open it up and show you a little bit. It has some really beautiful pictures in there, all of course Thriller related. But I have some papers falling out the front. It shows a little bit of the steps throughout the book with the makeup and making Michael the werewolf and the zombie look and everything. So they're very, very beautiful books. Very beautiful books. So let's move on to pick something from the shelf back here. Let's see. Let's do the Viewmaster. So if you were a kid, again, in my age group, you had to have a Viewmaster, okay? And then they came out with the 3D versions of Viewmaster, changed our lives. I remember Rocky and Bullwinkle was my absolute favorite slide to watch. Don't ask me why. I was just fascinated until they came out with Michael Jackson. So we have that. Michael is in here. I don't have a way to show you, but there is a Michael disc in there that you can't see. But then we have the 3D cartridges still in the case here. Okay. And we have a couple of the Thriller Viewmaster box sets. So you got the device and the film. We have a couple of those. And then you have the talking electronic version. I probably should have pre-pulled this stuff from the shelf, but I wanted it to be authentic. But anyway, so that is that. And the discs are actually falling out from the back, so I'll just pull them. I'll just pull it out and show you. So that's what the one from the talking Viewmaster looks like. So yes, Thriller was very, very popular back then. Even more recently, oh, hold on, here's one of the, just the regular reel for the Viewmaster. That's a very nice picture. I like that. Okay. Now, more recently, I don't know what the fascination is with these ducks. But yeah, they came out with a Thriller duck. Our duck is a little dusty. You know, that's the Thriller duck. He's got the duck lips. Not sure why those items are so popular. In the accessory video, I did talk about the company Odd Socks. So these are the Thriller version of the socks. I don't remember if I showed the Thriller ones in that video or not. Maybe I did. But those are the Thriller socks. And like I said in the accessory video, Odd Socks, you know, you put the two socks on and they make one picture. That's why I think they're such cool socks. So you got to have both socks on to get the whole idea. And then we have this little, it's called an LED mood light. It's a Thriller look-alike, not look-alike, look-alike. So it's just a little Thriller lamp. It is a little goofy, I admit, but you know, did you think we were going to leave it on the shelf? Come on. It's Michael. It's Michael, so it's coming home. We have this little tiny Thriller. I'm trying to see if he's an actual Lego. I don't think the brand is Lego, but he is along the lines of a Thriller mini Lego. I don't know if you can see him that well. I don't know. And then we have this little guy. Now, someone told me that this version is a replica of the real item because the real item, the shirt underneath is a different color. This shirt is, I don't even see a shirt underneath. I think my Michael is bare chested. I just see the flap of the jacket, so I don't even know how the person can tell. But it's called a Figma. That's all I can tell you about it. I really don't know anything else about it. And then we have our metal that I did show when I did the t-shirt video, because that went with the marathon shirt. So if you ran the Thriller run or walked the Thriller marathon run, it was a 5K. Then you got this nice little shirt and you got your nice little Thriller medal on your nice little Thriller lanyard. I hope you can see this. This ring light sometimes drives me nuts. Okay. The company Stance, who I talked about in the accessory video, also came out with these socks, which I did show in that video. And it was the 3 Michaels from Thriller. Darn, this ring light. So it was regular Michael, Zombie Michael, and Wolf Michael. Those are socks. Very nice case that they came in too. I have I should say Ryan has a very beautiful Thriller 25 pillow. And we just throw this on the couch over there, the little Michael couch with the other Michael throw pillows, because that's what we do. And I'm going to show you just a couple of the Thriller related like plaque and awards that we have hanging in the other living room so that you can see those, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so just a few more Thriller related items. This is a flask. It's a Thriller flask for people who drink. I don't know if you need a hit while you're on the run. I forgot to show you the little numbers that went with me and Ryan's marathon shirts. We both had our own numbers, our own shirts, and our own medals. And then this is something that is absolutely adorable that Ryan found for me a couple years ago. It's called Thriller Cats. Look at the kitty cats. So you know I love cats, and you know I love Michael. So he found Thriller Cats kitchen towels, the Way You Make Me Feel outfit, Thriller outfit, and Smooth Criminal outfit. And then look at the other towel. Oh my God. So it's a little set. How freaking adorable. I love my Thriller cats. So I'm sure we have other stuff around here. I just did not have time to pull it out. We had a very exciting day yesterday. We went to go see Gail and pick up some Michael items from Gail Escobar. Shout out to Gail. And then we went to Jonathan Downey's place in Philadelphia to go see him and pick up some Michael items. So by the time we got home last night, it was already 11 o'clock. We had to hurry up and get J5 Night with Ryan done. And then I have to film this video today so it could be up by tonight to be ready for tomorrow. So I did not have time to go through every single thing to make sure I pulled all our Thriller stuff. I am sure there are tons more items here. Oh, I'll show you one. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if they sold this anywhere else. I imagine they did, but I got this little letter jacket from Hot Topic at the mall. It was supposed to be like the jacket that Michael wears at the beginning of Thriller. And it has the Thriller logo on the back. It's more like a sweater. You know, it looks like a jacket, but it feels like a sweater. I love that so much. And we do have quite a few of these actual Thriller jackets. We have different ones. But they are packed away. This one is more like the costumey kind that you get at the Halloween store. But Ryan has like a more leather, I guess more authentic one that I didn't pull out. But these, they always sell, you know, they always sell like the Michael Jackson kits at the stores, and they have the curly wigs, and, you know, sometimes it's a little tacky, but but I do like the little pleather jackets that they sell. So we have a few of those. But let's go back to the actual project itself, okay? Because like I said, this was like, even though Bad is my ultimate favorite era, Thriller was the beginning of my madness. So I remember seeing Michael on Motown 25, which I probably should show that box up, but and just seeing him perform Billie Jean and losing my mind. And I think it was just all downhill or uphill from there, however you want to look at it. And like I said, I always loved Human Nature. It's so funny because Baby Be Mine, I always thought that was a grown-up song. For some reason, I couldn't really vibe with that song. And then as an adult, it's like one of my favorite songs. It's so bizarre. Beat It is really funny to me because I have literally now been a Michael Jackson fan for, I guess, 38, 39 years. I have never learned the words to Beat It. I have never tried. I have never had an interest. I don't know what it is about Beat It, but out of all Michael's songs, that's like the one song I have never taken the time to learn. Now, of course, if it's playing, I can pick up on a verse here, too, here, you know. Can I sing it all the way through? Nope, and it'll never happen. I don't know what it is with that song, but I can probably sing every other song on that album all the way through. I just thought that was a funny story to share because people sometimes assume that if you're a Michael Jackson fan, especially a fanatic and a collector, that you must know every single song from front to back. I do not. First of all, neither does Michael, because half the time Michael's making up his own words, but that's okay because we love him anyway. So no, I do not know every single song, but I would say I know at least, I would go with 93%. That does not include the Jackson 5. Okay, Jackson 5 songs, I drop all the way down to maybe 45%. But if we're talking Michael solo projects, I would give myself a 93%. I can make it through most songs. So the Thriller era is so vast that it really is kind of difficult to decide what you want to cover. And I was thinking, do I want to show the school supplies? Because the school supplies, I mean, the picture is Human Nature, but obviously it's from the Thriller album. But we all had these folders. We probably still have tons of these laying around. The notebooks, the cute little notepads, the puffy stickers. Remember the puffy stickers? We have a lot of those. Of course, I mean, the trading cards, the stickers, the bubble gum. I mean, it's too vast of a time period to just say, here's everything. But I just wanted to highlight some of these items because it was really such a fun time. I miss the 80s so much. Like Thriller and Bad, if I can go back in time and just stay there between Thriller and the Bad era, I would be a happy girl, as I'm sure most of us would be. And if you weren't alive or you were too young to enjoy it, I'm telling you, that's one of the best time periods to have been a Michael fan. I mean, Thriller to Bad is a Michael Jackson fan's heaven. This man was everywhere, all the time, on everything. Everywhere you went, a magazine, a tabloid, I mean, I can't even, just everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And I miss that. I miss going into a store and be like, oh my God, Michael's on a new magazine. And it's not about something negative. You know, I miss those happy days where like everybody was a Michael fan. People still are. They're just in denial or they don't want you to know. But trust me, there are people that come to my parties that I consider really non-fans, and they have just as much fun here as the Michael fans, because deep down inside, that love for Michael can't ever go away. No matter how many times people try to suppress it, it's like a disease. He just keeps coming back. But that whole 80s period, oh my gosh, I just love that so much. And I'm so nostalgic for that era. I just miss it. That's something that we'll never have again. And even with like the people that I love today, I love Alicia Keys. I love Beyonce. I love The Weeknd. Those people can't even come close to giving me the level of excitement that Michael did. They are great in their own right, but they can't even touch Michael with a 10-foot pole as far as the way you felt when he walked on that stage. When you watched an award ceremony in the 80s, you were only watching for one thing. When is Michael coming on? Stop telling me after the commercial break. And then you come back from the commercial break and Michael is not there. And you tell me again after the commercial break. I mean, this is what we had to go through in the 80s. So I don't know. I'm just yapping right now because like I just love this whole 80s period. Bad for sure. But I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts about Thriller? What are your thoughts about the whole 80s and how Michael was looked at as such a icon is like an understatement, but I just feel like Michael ruled the 80s. And that's why when I see magazines now that have like 80s this and 80s that, and they don't include Michael or he's not on the cover, I'm not even interested. You're not getting my money. Anything that has to do with the 80s and music and pop culture, if Michael Jackson is not on the cover, then your information is inaccurate and therefore I don't need to support it. So I said what I said. All right. So I was thinking how I wanted to wrap up Thriller night. So I figured I would talk about one of my most memorable Thriller moments. Of course, like I said, watching him do Billie Jean and Moonwalk and all the items and the pocketbooks and the watches. But there's two things that really stand out when I think about the Thriller era, other than me kissing the album nonstop. Well, I guess I should say three things. One being my cousin Ronald always comes to mind because my cousin Ronald was the one who would always put Michael on the record player for me. So he would just constantly play Billie Jean and Human Nature for me over and over and over and over. I love that. He ended up being the one that went with me to the 30th anniversary concert at Madison Square Garden, which is another YouTube video. Check it out if you haven't seen it. So those moments with him definitely stand out. And then there's some funny moments. I remember we were living with my Aunt Kathy and her daughter Kia. And I don't know who they were with, but they went to McDonald's. And when Kia came back, she had Michael Jackson's name on a napkin. And she said, "Oh my God, Michael Jackson was at McDonald's." And I was like, "What? He was at McDonald's. He told us to give you this autograph." And I was like, "Michael was at McDonald's?" And I remember like freaking out. Anyway, they were joking. I did not find it funny at age 7. I was actually very upset thinking that I just missed Michael Jackson at McDonald's. But you have to understand when you're 7, like you don't know time and space. I didn't know how far away Michael was from the McDonald's in Delaware. So it was just funny. And then I remember begging my mom for this Michael Jackson watch, which I'll show you at the end. It was in my accessory videos. I begged for this Michael Jackson watch and begged for this Michael Jackson watch. And my mom finally got this watch for me. And I gave it to the girl that lived down the street. Now, my mother said that I was afraid of her and that she bullied me into taking my new watch and gave me her old watch. But all I know is when I got home and I didn't have that brand spanking new Michael Jackson watch that I had begged for, I was in a lot of trouble. And I remember not feeling very well that night. But I like those types of little, stories that go with your memories because those things make the album come alive. We all love the music. We all love the talent. We all love Michael. We all love the music videos. I think he wasn't quite calling them short films yet back then, I don't think. Maybe he was. But, when you have your own personal stories that you can bring into the mix, that's what really makes it funny. And I mean, I can probably think of 100 other Thriller related stories, but I'm not going to keep you on here all day. But thank you so much for stopping in and joining me for Thriller night. And it was a Thriller air freshener I wanted to show you, but I have that thing sealed to the wall so tight that I know if I pull it off, I'm probably going to chip the paint. It's not worth all that drama. So what I'll do is I'll just take a still shot of it. Put it at the end of the video like I always do. Thank you so much. Make sure you tune in Friday. Now, let me explain what's happening Friday. Friday is all about my BFF. And you're probably thinking, why would I want to sit here and watch you talk about your best friend? Because it is going to be awesome. Seriously, this is the person who I met during Michael's trial, okay? This is the person who I traveled to Michael's funeral service with. We have some amazing coincidences and amazing stories. We were on a show called 48 Hours, and I'm going to try to incorporate some of those clips in there. I'm new at this, but it is going to be a lengthy video, okay? So I encourage you to watch a part of it, take a break, come back, watch the rest, but you must finish it because the story that she and I share is just really amazing. And just like with Ryan, it's a Michael connection, and I wouldn't have known her had it not been for Michael. So I don't want you to think you're just coming around watching two girls just chit chat about nothing. It's really a great story. So I hope you will check it out. All right. I'll see you soon. Here is one thing I forgot real quick was our Thriller candle. It's really nothing else to say about it other than it's a Thriller candle. This is not something that we've had since the 80s. This is something that we found online recently. I assume like a fan, made them or something. But I just wanted to show them to you because I do show you this in my promo picture. And then I forgot to mention it. So there you go.